Ah, damn it.
Angel, you don't have it streaming.
Yeah, he does.
You don't have the screen recorded on, stupid.
Oh yeah, it's still on the starting soon thing. There we go. Now switch. It's a little bit behind though. That's all right.
It would be better if he was streaming the thing on Discord.
What are you talking about? He is.
No. Oh my god, he did that thing when he moved me. Angel, you idiot. Okay. Are we good now to start? Welcome on in, everybody, to the last great Coliseum of Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. As we present live here on AGDN, the Straight Talk Truck Series in the Safelite 200. Welcome on it up to the booth here. It is Sean, along with Tari. And Tari, let's just get this out of the way. This is the last chance for these drivers who want to get into the top 35 in owner's point. Is starting at our next race. That owner's points comes into play, and it's going to get a lot messier for all the teams. Oh, what's going on? Don't tell me you messed up.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Finally. There.
Oh,
Nice job.
oh
Oh
yeah.
my god, sorry.
Technical difficulties here, folks. I can't believe this.
How many times have we ran into these types of tech issues?
For Truck Series, this is the first.
I'm sorry.
If I'm not mistaken.
Just continue on.
Anyway, so yeah, Tari, let's just paint a picture here for everybody. Just the thing about this, the top 35 points is now the main key factor here for everybody. Because starting next race at Texas, those play a factor. So what are you going to be thinking about if you're one of those drivers who are all outside of that line? How are they going to try to make it in if they're in this race?
They have to resort to very good finishes because a key factor of this track is track position, and you want to have pretty good starting position, or at least be one of the fastest coming out of pit road, because navigating through a full field in a track like this, when there's like very little spacing, 3 wide, is a very suicidal idea. It is impossible to make your way from the back all the way to the front.
Yeah, track position, qualifying position, and how you can navigate. That's going to be the main key factors here on what's going to happen here. But let's get right on in and look at your starting field for tonight's race. If we look on the pole, and in an absolute shocker earlier today, it was Ty Dillon in the Voyager Chevrolet who will get the pole position. And right next to him is Ebiara,
Rens
in the
Hadlock.
Kodak. Yeah, it's in the Kodak number 37 Ford. Great front row, to say the least.
Yeah, really good. Chevy Silverado Sam Mayer is in row 2, along with Daniel Suarez in the Tundra, but presented by WWEX Racing.
Moving on to the Ford J Studios Ford, it's the 88 of Joseph Garrett. And right next is the number 12 Sprite Tundra of Noah Treason.
Behind them is going to be Brad Keselowski in the Discount Tire Tundra, and Xiomara Perez in the Perez Sports Network Ram.
Moving on to our next row, it's the number 20 of Carson Hocevar in his Ford F-150. And right next is the Zero Talkies Chevrolet of Caleb Peppersman.
Sprite Zero and Dollar General F-150s in this row, those being Lily Jacoby in the 11 and the 13 of Emiliano Cano.
Moving on to the next row, it's the Sid Sam's Club Chevrolet of Kayla Upson, and then the 01 Sanders Ram of Ryan Little.
Then behind them, we're going to see Matt Crafton in the Verizon Tundra and the Whataburger Ram of Sean Odd.
Next row, you see the 9 Progressive Ram of Paula George and the 19 Burger King Ford of Christian Atkins.
Then behind them, we're going to see the FedEx Ram of Ty Majeski and the HendrickCars.com Silverado, Nick Sanchez.
Right behind them in the Ally Chevrolet, it's the 3 Alex Bowman and the 04 Glitch car, Aha Kure.
Connor Silich in the WeatherTech.com Ram and the sponsorless Tundra of Barry Yulwell behind them.
Behind him, number 25 Chevrolet of Giro in a Napa scheme, and the Chevrolet of the number 30 Ross Chastain Busch Light machine.
Then behind them is going to be Alex Prime in the Always Melody.YouTube Silverado and Matty Jacoby in the Wendy's Tundra, the Menace.
Moving on, the number 32 Ram of Jeanette Prime, and in the number 41 Banded Ram of Austin Hill.
Then
behind them is going to be Oria Eviora in the IHOP Tundra and Parker Kligerman in the Lowe's Allegiance Silverado.
Then we move on to the number 98 Mitsubishi Toyota Tundra of Taiga and the number 49 iRacing Ram of Raja Karu.
Then behind them is going to be Braden Massey in the McDonald's Ram and Eli Wolf in the Coca Rica Ram.
Moving on, the Pedigree Toyota Tundra, number 90, Jeffrey Earnhardt. And right next, the number 60 Monster Energy Chevrolet of Josh Williams.
Then behind them, Pedro Sales in the Monster Energy Ram and Ituka Kendo in the UTEP Silverado.
And rounding out the field, the number 36 EP Productions Chevrolet of Connor Hudson and the number 80 branded Chevrolet of Justin Allgaier. And Allgaier got the coconut.
Anyway, classic.
Yep. Anyway, Tari, gonna go to you. Who's your pick to win this race?
I think I'm gonna say this because I hate this driver, but the brother is better. Ty Dillon is gonna win today's race. He's gonna win.
Don't Ty Dillon. You know what? I'm gonna go a little bit different here. I'm gonna go with Joseph Garrett, starting in row number 3, inside row. But I think can have a very fast truck here to compete with the front runners. So gonna have to keep a watch out on those too. And before we even get the engines fired, do want to go over the DNQs from this race, and gotta throw in a little disclaimer with one of them. So, people that got taken out via time was Daniel Hemrick and Jasmine Prime. They both got taken out due to time. Austin Dillon's also out, but due to getting his time disqualified from post qualifying tech. So do want to take a note on that. Those 3 drivers are unable to race here tonight.
Oh, yes. And we're going to transfer it over to 2 of our pit reporters who are going to be at the track, Angel and Galloway. Let's go with the 82 of Galloway, who's actually have some concerns about Ryan Little.
Yeah, sorry if I'm not really paying too much attention. I still got a few things on my mind, but Ryan Little is somebody who has a lot of pressure built on him right now, being the only MBMC car currently locked into the top 35. And hopefully he can continue to develop on getting himself better into this position, since obviously with a lot of breaking news surrounding this team next year, I'm not really even sure if they're going to be able to stay open for another season. He's looking possibly to get himself a contract somewhere.
It's going to be one of those main things to keep an eye out. But now let's head on down towards Angel and let's see what's going on from his perspective.
Well, from our perspective, Castelar Crew going over for Itsuka Kendo, and the concerns that she may feel a little bit unprepared. That was early in the week, but after running qualifying, she has stated, "I feel more than prepared than ever, not only to race this truck, but also to come back later on in the year and race my colleagues who next week are going to be returning. The ARCA Double E Series is going to be returning next week at Kansas Speedway, and they're going to be heading later on in the year here to Bristol. So, is the Battlefish trying to prepare for the ARCA race? That is only one thing that time will end up telling. Back to you guys in the booth."
A great thing to talk about there, because remember, I think this is the only time. No, this won't be the only time I think the trucks will be here at Bristol. Yeah, we'll come back later on in the season, regular season finale, right before we get into the chase. But it's going to be something that we got to keep a close eye on, as
start your engines.
Engines are fired up. Here we go. And do want to throw in a quick thing. The officials have made a slight tweak to these trucks. The fuel systems are really going to be a key portion here of this race.
Oh, dear.
Because they are not the normal engines that we have had in the past. They are way smaller. So keep an eye on that. We're going to keep an eye on that. And that could play in the pit strategy later on in the race. But here we go. Pace truck moving on down. It's on Ty Dillon. Here we go, folks. We're underway from Bristol.
Leon Ty Dillon trying to get as much gap over around Sabula as possible.
That's going to be a key factor here. And look, Ty Dillon was looking to have a great day today. And it started off so well. And right now, as we look, Ty Dillon's right now fighting for one of those positions into the top 35. A win today. The worries about having to get into the top 35 are going to be an issue then.
Oh, yes. But right now, if he manages to continue on with his performance, then there's certainly going to be no problem at all. However, one of the drivers that will try to have a problem in any way sooner or later will be Noah Treason, as he's trying to fend off Brad Keselowski.
Here's the thing. Inside line's going to be your best friend here. If you can easily get down to the bottom line, you're going to be able to keep it clean. And Treason will not yet have it. Could get it down the back.
Not yet, and it takes a while. It takes a while to try to make the outside line work at this track. But it does work. It does work eventually.
It does work, but only if you can get the speed off of the corners. Inside line can work if you're able to hold it. But it's the speed, it's the momentum off of the corners that I guess prevail the outside line a lot better.
And that is one fact, because you really do want to be in those lines, because eventually one line is going to end up dominating over the other, and it is not going to be that pretty.
Well, there's also another sign that we got to talk about. Lap traffic here. Here's the thing. We saw the action that happened during the Martinsville weekend for AT&T and Cricket Cup. Once we get into lap traffic, it's all fair game from then on.
Oh yes, quite a lot. And the best part of that is the story of tempers. Because once we hit lap traffic, you're going to see a lot of people getting mad within each other, trying to navigate all these cars. And it's not going to be that beautiful.
Oh, let's just warn the public here, folks. Tempers will be flaring. It ain't gonna be pretty.
But other than that, it's still a general audience program.
But we're trying to make everyone know this is just how normal short track racing is. Tempers are gonna flare. As we look on board here with Christian Eckes, you can just see what is going on in the middle of the Hornet Six.
What's up, guys?
Oh, what now?
Just got back to the truck. How's it going, guys? Let's come up here in the booth for a couple minutes.
Welcome in, Dale Bush, then.
Dale Bush, I guess, wants to jump on up here, and I guess for all these other drivers that are maybe watching from the AT&T and Cricket Cup series, this is just a small taste of what is going to happen over the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, especially with all like the grip that this track is gonna get from this one race alone. You can really see how they're running right now. Hey, this is just gonna be a little preview, like Sean said, of what's to come.
It's going to be an interesting weekend, to say at least. Luckily, for the rest of the series, though, they get to have a fun few more weeks after that, going to some very entertaining tracks.
I know your face when we go to Talladega.
Oh, come on! Don't get me inside that much, okay? That's gonna be. I'm gonna be enjoying watching those races.
Oh, you're really enjoying the show, huh? How much you race with us that weekend and down in AT&T?
We'll see.
It's not only AT&T that's going to go. The ARCA EE series are also going there.
That should be interesting.
You know what? That is true. ARC is joining in with you guys for the next couple of weeks. So
I hear I'm going to be in the booth for that series. Hopefully, I don't get kicked out of it midway through.
Yeah, I think all you got to do is just enjoy the time up there. And right now, I think if we can check in on our fastest lap at the moment, and it goes to the 12. No treason.
Looking really consistent right now, and he's currently running 6th place. trying to spread away from teammate Keselowski, but at the same time, trying to catch up to that 4J lorry of Joseph Garrett.
And this train-like formation that they're in is really helping his efforts catching the truck in front of him.
Well, it's going to be for how long? Because if we check in with the battle at the back, the rest of the field, yeah, they're starting to catch. They're going to start catching up that field. And
It's going to be fun.
Oh boy, as I told y'all, if y'all saw what happened during the weekend that was at Martinsville, y'all know the story that happened.
You all at home thought Martinsville was fun. This is going to be even better.
that might be true. Because right now, looking at
big.
that is the Hornets' nest right here. It is not fun, and when the leaders catch up, it is going to be a nightmare, to say at least.
I can confirm that because I ran some World of Outlaws races here on the dirt, and I can assure you, leading here and having to pack like this, it's hell.
It will be a nightmare, to say at least. And right now, you got the top two at the moment just leading the rest of the field in a train-like formation, but they're not. Here's the thing, they're not pushing it. Now, again, I did say about the field. The fuel tanks are smaller. And what I mean by smaller, I mean they are 10 times shorter than a normal race weekend.
That's true.
It ain't pretty.
That's
now,
true.
For the other series, they have a normal fuel tank that we all have come accustomed to. But this is gonna be the small details that are gonna be the difference between all these series.
That is true, and I think Tari can agree with this.
Yeah, I can also agree with that.
AT&T fuel cells and truck fuel cells are very different, but at a track like this, fuel is actually a big key of the racing.
Yeah, they're gonna be a big key. And still looking at the fastest time, still going to Noah Treason. As we're seeing the field just going around, and
yeah, there it is.
They can see the rest of the field, but when does fuel come into play? We're going by here pretty quick. Remember, it's about 15 seconds per lap. That's not a lot of time to really start thinking about moves. You got to be thinking milliseconds.
Yeah, you got to think about it, but remember, you can go really good on the fuel and everything. However, it's going to be the tire. That rubber is going to start loosening up, consuming, and then later on, you're going to be willing to come into pit road.
You gotta race the track like it's a short track of Talladega. You gotta be willing to risk it all for the win here.
That's a very good example here. You gotta really start putting in that sort of details here. And again, there's another track that we're going to be going to a couple of races down the line. When we head to Dover, that's going to be another good example on certain strategies that can be played. Now, this ain't Dover first, if I know that for sure. But Dover and Bristol almost kind of act like the same thing.
Oh yes,
they kind of race like it's same because you go up hills in the corner.
Yeah.
And we see right now Ryan Little trying to battle against Kayla Upston. We saw Kayla move to the outside for a little bit.
Well, that outside is just not being the friend of certain drivers. It's if you want to make a move to the outside, you can, but it's gonna be tricky, to say the least.
Something I'm worried about right now, guys, is what's gonna happen. Is it there if like in I'm sorry, I can't speak right now. Never mind.
Well,
Go-
we're getting close to the halfway mark, and now everybody has single files out, and this is starting to become a problem. Ty Dillon is starting to catch up to Justin Allgaier, who's right now in last.
What I was trying to say originally. What's gonna happen if they're in this single file formation once they hit the trucks? How are they gonna navigate it in this formation?
That's
You're
going to
either
be a
gonna have to
difficult.
move to the outside or the inside, and I recommend using that inside conveyor belt.
Or they're
That
probably gonna
might.
be putting some bumpers to asses. I
Oh
apologize for my
yes,
language.
it's gonna be like that.
Basically, we're about to see. We're about to see maybe some temper start getting flared up. Be mindful of it.
Oh
Get your
yes.
popcorn out. This is gonna be
Oh,
good.
Oh, we got a battle back here for 41st.
and
Actually,
Connor
battle for.
Hudson trying to get to the inside of Kendo.
Actually, I guess we could call that battle for 40th.
And as you saw, the leaders are approaching them, and they just gotta stay single file, reach the other trucks in front of them, and get away from the leader.
Oh, at the speed that the leaders are taking, they're catching at an insane amount of rate. Yeah, they can see Allgaier from right there.
Yeah, they just
So
starting to chase the tail incredibly close right now.
I'm concerned.
Oh, you should be.
yeah, I think we all should be.
I'm sort of wondering what the second place truck is gonna do once they hit the lap down trucks. Like, is he gonna make a move, or is he gonna stay behind the 77?
I think once they catch up to the rest of the field, things are going to start becoming very, very interesting.
Look at that. Jason trying to battle against Gareth.
As Jim Ross used to say on Monday Night Raw, business is about to pick up.
Oh, you are not kidding. It's about to pick up in a whole heap of trouble. This is gonna get interesting as we're halfway up. We're already halfway done.
Oh, yes, we
God, I
are.
love Bristol.
50 laps to go.
50 down, ready to go.
I think I picked the right moment to join the booth, guys.
Yeah, you have. And this is just. Remember, folks. Getting asked, have we had a DNF or have they pitted? No and no. So both
We haven't even
questions.
had a caution yet.
We have been like this since the drop of the green flag, and it's all been Ty Dillon since the beginning of this race. This is just proving why Ty Dillon got to this position in the first place.
And I think Cody Smart said it best in qualifying. You gotta qualify up front, because if you don't, you're gonna have your work cut out for you.
Oh, he was not kidding. And again, this is almost like how it was back in Colorado, where you had to be up near the front to compete for this. This is why Giro won that race. This is why a lot of drivers think with these short tracks, you want to be at the front. But when it comes down to the thick of things, and strategy base goes into play, all bets are off.
And they go off super quickly. And right now, we're seeing a lot more guys trying to scrub off speed because that tire is slowly starting to grip on.
Oh yeah.
And as
You're
as
seeing
this
it right here.
And there we go. Finally see some pit stops. Peppersman is in.
And as this race,
I see Sanchez also going in. So here we go. This is now strategy based.
This is going to be interesting now.
And this pit
Because these
road
trucks
is
on pit road are
Now,
going to add to
now,
laps.
and it looks like the officials did say if you're making the pit stop, do the whole lap thing. We're not going to do the short thing. Oh, Ty Dillon has gone in.
yeah, Ty
We
Dillon's in,
changed.
and also Rancer Avala's in. Top drivers are coming in
Oh,
now.
oh, some of these drivers hitting the bots here. That's a questionable move.
Yeah, we're gonna see them right here.
This is where it gets interesting because a lot of these drivers coming off pit road are going to add to the lap trust.
Everyone, almost everyone coming down pit road. They ended up hitting the commitment books.
Yeah, some of them have. Hopefully, nobody gets in trouble for that. Right now, it shows the 00. There goes Ty.
And right now, Giro considered as the leader. And look at that, Ty Dillon is now back at the front.
Ty Dillon is going to have the fastest truck out of anybody on the track currently because he has fresher tires.
Well, I would start throwing my concerns here. That what about Peppersman? Peppersman was the first truck that went down pit road. There's Peppersman right there.
She's finding a little bit of a struggle trying to get past these two trucks. And at the moment, Giro's still considered the leader.
But Giro's still been down pit road.
And oh my goodness!
Why did you do that?
Free ride! Calm it down!
And they kept it clean. Are you serious?
I think tempers have finally just
Wait
cleared
a
up here
minute.
at Bristol.
Hold on now. The 00 got up to second.
Yes, Sam Mayer, with a very silent mood, he got over here.
He got Sam Mayer up to second.
And now watch it, because you have a lot of these drivers that are, at the moment of a lap down at least, only one truck is a lap down. We have a car with a blown engine. It's Connor Hudson.
Connor Hudson has blown up.
And that's the first caution of the race.
No caution.
No caution yet. He may manage to get it. That was a valve issue on 37.
Valve issue. That takes Hudson out of this race. And look at Ty Dillon pulling away from the field.
He's trying to cosplay Lightning McQueen at the Motor Speedway of the South in the opening scene of Cars.
I don't think he's trying to make that. I think he wants that win.
He wants it so badly.
And remember, again, as I said earlier, all Ty Dillon needs to do to get in the top 35, all he needs to do is have a great finish.
And it's working. It's working so far. But I think he just took it to the max.
I think he has as well. And can we get an update on the fastest lap so far?
It's Giro.
Wow, changes.
And there's Giro right there trying to catch up to this big train. Look at how massive that is.
You know, Giro is catching that train now. It's not that hard to catch up to a train of trucks that are going the same amount of speed as the driver in the front. Because who's leading this pack? I think it's Upston.
It is between Upston and Jacoby.
Well, guys, it's been fun talking to you commentating with you guys. I gotta take off. You guys enjoy the rest of the truck race.
All right.
All right. All right. Thanks. Thanks, Dale. All right. We'll keep on going here. And again, Connor Hudson out of the race stinks. That really stinks for Hudson.
It really has
As
to.
because looking at Connor Hudson, 4th place in the points entering this.
That is going to be a low blow for that truck.
That is a lot of points lost.
And the worst part is that you usually don't think about that when you're watching the individual races. But if you keep up with the season and you've been keeping up with the points, it turns into a big catastrophe, especially if you follow him. Angel!
Well, at the moment, Tari, we're looking into the 36 of Connor Hudson. And at the moment, Connor, your day is done. What happened? Let's just say that the valve just got trapped in. A lot of damage on that part of the engine, and not really the way that we wanted our weekend to go out here. But racing in Bristol is really fun, but at the same time really hard. And we'll come back to Texas. At least I didn't tear up the truck. That's a good thing. But we'll go get him next week. Sean?
All right. Thank you very much, there, Angel. And that's always something that at least Connor Hudson can understand. It's all about just taking one race at a time. And luckily for Hudson, no issues to say at least. As we got a caution. What happened?
They're saying debris.
Debris caution here with Ty Dillon pulling away, maybe having the race of his life.
That is just unbelievable. Straight up unbelievable. And he had been the leader almost from start to finish.
Basically, he's been the leader, and even with the great pit strategy, it's not going to help right now. But look at this. This is the developing thing. Nobody's pitting.
Yeah, nobody. So I think they might be good on tires and fuel all the way to the end.
Well, yeah, let's just put this in perspective. They raced about half of this race on one tank. Actually, I think they did race about... Yeah, they did. They raced half of this race in one tank. Now it's going to get interesting.
Yeah, do you even pit? Because I don't recommend pitting.
I think if you're the top half and you believe that you're good, stay out. I would say if you're the back half and you believe that something could happen, it would be good to pit. But nobody's taking the risk.
Yeah, nobody's going.
I think it's either you either see the checker flag or you're going down with no gas.
And now the problem is already showing up on Ty Dillon's side because he's not happy.
Let's listen on in.
You moron over here. I mean, I cannot believe they just throw this caution. That is just a lot of fucking BS. After 4. Don't worry. We still have a fast car, man. Keep it straight. We're gonna have some lap traffic on the inside, though.
Yeah, he's not happy about it. But honestly, nothing that he could have done for.
Well, we'll see.
And
We'll
remember,
see about...
they didn't throw blow the caution when we had the problem with Connor Hudson. But that is because he made it directly to pit road.
Yeah, that is true. As here we go. They're lining them up once again, easily. And look at those drivers on that are down a lap. Some big name teams.
Big name indeed, and the only driver that was a lap down that got the wave around was Pedro Sales. So he's back on the lead lap, but way back in the field.
Well, here we go. And they're gonna keep the caution on for another lap. Now they're gonna have it one to go.
And oh, what's this all about? Oh, brake problem for Massey. He might have melted brakes.
That is one thing you don't need to lose here at this track is brakes. And they're gonna keep the caution on.
That is slow for that 46 truck.
Brandon Massey was having a decent day. Wasn't in a great position, but could have ended with a decent day and going down pit road to get repairs done. They're going one the green now.
Angel?
They said the brake pedal was not working, but when it came down pit road, it was working. But the problem was that one of the brake rotors on the left side tire was malfunctioning. They got it all kicked up, and they're ready to go once more.
Oh, thanks for that. Now here's the problem though. Brandon Massey's going to be down pit road when the pace truck comes back in here in just a moment. Let's see if Ty Dillon can easily get past these lap trots. Here we go. Back green.
Remember, he's been leading almost from start to finish. Oh, Kendo and Earnhardt probably going to give him a headache.
Oh, big time. Here's the thing. If these lap charts had damage, it would be easier said than done for Ty Dillon to get around. But these lap trots don't have damage. They just had slow pit stops.
And so far, the lap trucks giving that headache to Dillon is working.
But not for much. Dillon's using the outside line for the corners to try to clear the rest of the field.
No, just
and got it done. He's gone.
And he's got it with 11 to go.
11 laps to go for Ty Dillon. And right now, if he keeps, I think all he wants to see is clear racetrack, and that's what he's getting.
But I don't think that's going to be for long. The verdict now goes to Sam May as he's trapped in a lap down sandwich.
Oh, that is not what you want to be like. If you're Sam Mayer, who wants to also try to get win number 1 on the season. But right now, the whole eyes are on the number 77 of Ty Dillon.
And Spire Motorsports has never won in a Cricket Cup sanctioned race.
Could the opportunity present itself and a dream realized for that team?
I don't know if you want it. You've got to get it quick now.
Lads are counting down. 7 to go. Coming to 6 to go this time by for Ty Dillon. Kendall, though, keeping close eye on. If Kendall does something here drastically, this might be the one opportunity Sam Mayer needs.
It just presents itself as a very difficult opportunity because Sam cannot get that lorry out of the way.
Down to 5 to go now.
That's how you say it, the point of no return.
This is the time. Caution now. And Ty Dillon could be walking away here with a win. 4 laps to go now here for Bristol.
And he's been dominating every aspect of this race with the exception of the pit cycle, but some other drivers actually took a turn to the lead. Right now, this is a great moment for Ty.
3 laps to go. It has basically been the Ty Dillon show this entire race under green flag conditions. Didn't even with the pit cycle, it didn't phase him.
Not even
Down to 2 laps to go.
This is it. Sam is fuming at the sight of that 89 truck just blocking him.
As here we go for 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. It's the Wells Fargo final lap here from Bristol. And it's been all domination for Ty Dillon. Down the backstretch for the final time. Returns 3 and 4. Now out of 4, Ty Dillon gets win number 1 here at Bristol.
And the first Cricket Cup sanction win, mind you, for Spire Motorsports. This is just unbelievable.
Unbelievable to say indeed. What a job done for Ty Dillon in the fastest lap. Goes to Giro. So bonus point to Giro, but it's the win for Ty Dillon, who gets the job done here tonight at the last great Coliseum.
That was
Wow,
just a great race, actually.
Oh, so Kendo
just gave up. Kendo just gave up.
Kendo gave up and retired out of the race after that. Oh my lord. All right, let's go over your finishing results. Ty Dillon, win number 1 for Spire in a Cricket Cup sanctioned event. Sam Mayer, so close, but we'll have to sell for second. How about the 37 of Aranza?
Another great result.
Another great job by the 37 team. Caleb Peppersman gets 4th. Joseph Garrett gets 5th. Daniel Suarez 6th. Noah Treason 7th. Brad Keselowski 8th. Carson Hostebar, nice job on him, gets 9th. And Nick Sanchez rounds out the top 10. What a job done by the top 10. Moving on now for the rest of the field. Keno and the number 13 will get 11th. Giovanna Perez, nice job on the 91 team, will get 12th. The Jacoby sisters, 13th and 14th, respectively. Ryan Little, 15th. Sean Ard, 16th. Caleb Upson, 17th. Austin Hill, 18th. How about Ross Chastain finally getting a chance here to race? Will get 19th. Matt Crafton rounds out the top 20. Then it is Ty Majeski, 21st. Bowman, 22nd. Parker Clearman, 23rd. Hakure, 24th. Points leader Giro finished 25th in the 25, so that's a little bit interesting. Connor Zillage, 26th. Jeanette Prime, 27th. Raja Caruth, 28th. Christian Eckes, 29th. Alex Prime, 30th. Then it's Aria Eviara, 31st. Tyga, 32nd. Eli Wolf, 33rd. Josh Williams, 34th. 35th for Justin Allgaier. Last week's winner, Pedro Sales, will get 36th. Braden Massey, even with the brakes issues, unfortunately will have to walk away with a 37th place finish.
Let me take a look. unofficial DNF for Kendo. I would say that.
That's unknown on the DNF by Kendo. But Kendo was going to finish at least a lap down from this race. Then it's Jeffrey Earnhardt, 39th. Paula George, 40th. Barry, 41st. And Connor Hudson finished out early in this race. Will unfortunately get 42nd. Kari, I'm gonna get you here. Final thoughts on this race. What a crazy way to get through our first 5 races. What do you think?
Well, I just love it. I just love this racing. And it's gonna be even worse when we come over here in fall.
Oh boy. It's going to be something to keep an eye out on. But a lot of things can change between now and then. And just remember, when we get back here in the fall, it's the regular season finale before the chase. So we got some good notes here about what these drivers are going to do between now and the chase. Well, before the chase. So, we'll have to keep a mindful of it. But, Dad, we're going to start wrapping up our coverage here on AGDN. But don't worry, folks. Racing continues on this whole weekend. Next time, know that you will be seeing us will be in 3 weeks' time when we head down to the Lone Star State and head to Texas Motor Speedway for some racing down there. That will be in 3 weeks' time, May 1st, for the Speedcast.com 250. Racing Note continues all weekend. Tomorrow, AT&T Grand National Series will be live here in Bristol, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Alex Prime Alex Prime Television, and AGDN will be home to the Cricket Cup Series race on Sunday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern for the Food City 500. But for Sebastian Galloway, Angel, Dale, and Tari, I'm Sean, speaking for everybody here on AGDN, saying so long from Bristol. It goes towards Ty Dillon with a dominating effort at the last Great Coliseum.